Good afternoon, student. This is the lecture number 11 from unit number 2. In the previous lecture, we have studied the ion-carbon equilibrium diagram. In ion-carbon equilibrium diagram, we have studied the different phases existing in the ion-carbon equilibrium diagram, that is alpha ferrite, cementite, delta ferrite, austenite, and intermediate phases occurring in case of the variant reactions, that is peritectic reaction, eutectoid reaction, and eutectic reactions, that is ladyburite, perlite. Okay, then what is the Curie temperature in case of the different critical temperature we have studied. What is ferromagnetic, what is paramagnetic phase, that we have already studied. Then today we are going to study the important topic that is repeatedly asked in the exam. Okay, the question may be asked like cooling of steel containing 0.08% carbon from higher temperature to room temperature. Okay, explain different phases occurring during cooling. Means what we understand from that question is that in case of iron and carbon equilibrium diagram, on x-axis there is a percentage of carbon, on y-axis there is a temperature. Okay, what we will have to explain? We will have to explain the cooling of steel from higher temperature to room temperature, that steel containing 0.08% carbon, which means such a steel we will have to select from on that ion carbon equilibrium diagram which containing the 0.08% carbon, is it? And while cooling that steel from higher temperature, that is 1539 degrees Celsius, to room temperature, what are the different intermediate phases occur, that we will have to study. Okay, now how will we have understand what are the different phases will occur during the solidification of that steel. That will be explained by using that ion carbon equilibrium diagram shown on your screen. Okay, so in on x axis we will have to observe that the scale. Okay, that from origin, that is 0.0% carbon, then whatever the line coming through this point, this is to just nearer to the origin, that point representing the 0.08% carbon. Then next this point. Okay, so this point is also intersected on the x-axis, which is representing 0.025% carbon, and next to that this point is coming out on the x-axis, there is 0.1% carbon. Okay, so in between 0.025 and 0.1% carbon there will be occurrence of 0.08% carbon. So that's why we will drop one vertical line perpendicular to the x-axis, which is shown by red marking. Okay, dotted red line. That red line is just passing through the point on x-axis, which is showing the 0.08% carbon, which is somewhat here, is it? So as we have drawn that vertical line intersecting the different curves on that ion carbon equilibrium diagram, we have marked that first intersection of red line and the curve, that is T1, second intersection, that is T2, then third intersection T3, fourth intersection T4, and on 910 degrees Celsius curve, that is T5, and on 723 degrees Celsius horizontal line, that is T6. Likewise, we have noted all the intersecting point of vertical dotted line and curve. Okay, so by using that T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6, we will explain the cooling of steel containing 0.08% carbon to a room temperature. Okay, in that case, what are the different intermediate phases occur, that we will explain by using that line, is it? And while studying that ion carbon equilibrium diagram, we have studied whatever the intermediate phases occur in the different curves, that we have already studied. Now we know that In this region the alpha ferrite is occur. In this region austenite will occur. In this region delta ferrite occur, and above that 1539 degrees Celsius the complete liquid phase is observed. Okay, so that liquid is of iron and carbon interstitial solid solution. Okay, so in between this phase, here delta plus liquid is present. In between delta and austenite there is a delta plus austenite is present. In between liquid and austenite there is a austenite and liquid is present. Below or at 723 degrees Celsius, in between austenite and delta ferrite there is alpha plus austenite is present. In between austenite and cementite there is alpha ferrite and cementite is present. That alpha ferrite and cementite mixture is known as a ladyborite. And here is there is a certain correction is there. Here instead of this alpha there is a austenite. Is it austenite? There is a slight correction, that cementite and austenite is a ladyborite, and alpha ferrite and cementite is a pearlite. Is it? That we have already studied. Now at T1 what will happen, that we will have to see. At T1, that is somewhat equal to 1539 degrees Celsius, there is a whatever the steel present at 1539 degrees Celsius or approximately equal to T1 degrees Celsius, what will present, that is that steel is present in a liquid phase. Okay, so very first phase while cooling from higher temperature to room temperature at T1 will be liquid phase. Is it? So what we will say, that at T1 the means occurrence of steel in liquid phase. Is it? And when we move toward, or when we move toward in the downward direction, what will happen, in between T1 and T2 there is a two phases are present. Means, or we can say that at T1 the liquid is present, and the T1 itself the starting of solidification of steel will takes place, or what we can say, that the solidification of steel will start. Okay, that's why in between T1 and T2 we will obtain the delta plus liquid, means some amount of steel is converted into solid phase, that is delta ferrite, and some amount of liquid in liquid phase in between T1 and T2. म्हणजेच काय म्हणता येईल की T1ला T1ला काय आहे, पहिले लिक्विड आहे, परंतु T1लाच सॉलिडिफिकेशन स्टार्ट झालेलं असेल आणि T1 पासून T2 पर्यंत दोन फेजेस असतील. कोणता? तर डेल्टा फेरेट आणि लिक्विड. इज इट? when we move toward T2, again at T2 the formation of delta ferrite is completed. And in between T2 and T3, here in between T2 and T3 the complete delta ferrite will obtain. Is it? Complete delta ferrite will obtain. Is it? And at T3 the formation of austenite will start. And at T4 the formation of austenite will completed. Is it? So then at T4 and T5 at temperature T, means in between temperature T4 and T5 the complete austenite phase will obtain. In between T4 and T5. Is it understood? Once again we will repeat. At T1 काय असेल? T1 ला whatever the steel which containing 0.08% carbon, it will be in liquid phase. At T1 itself the solidification of steel will start, and in between T1 and T2 we will obtain delta plus liquid, means some amount of delta and some amount of liquid. And at T2 the formation of delta ferrite will completed, and in between T2 and T3 we will obtain the complete formation of delta ferrite. Is it? Again, at T3, the formation of austenite will start, because in between T3 and T4, we know that there is a presence of delta plus liquid. That's why the formation of delta ferrite will start. म्हणजेच काय असेल, at T1 ला T3 ला डेल्टा फेराइटचं फॉर्मेशन ऑस्टेनाइटचं फॉर्मेशन सुरू झालेलं असेल आणि इट विल कम्प्लिटेड, और व्हॉट वी कॅन से दॅट ॲट T4 द डेल्टा ऑस्टेनाइट विल फॉर्म कम्प्लिटली. म्हणूनच T4 आणि T5 मध्ये आपल्याला कम्प्लीट इथे जे फेज मिळेल स्टीलची, म्हणजे या लाईनच्या करस्पॉन्डिंग, दॅट विल बी ऑस्टेनाइट. ओके. अँड ॲट T5 द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अल्फा फेराइट विल स्टार्ट. At T5 formation of alpha ferrite will start, because in between T5 and T6 we know that there is a presence of alpha and austenite. That's why whatever the austenite present at T5, that will be slowly started converting into alpha ferrite. That's why at T5 the starting of formation of alpha ferrite will start, and in between T5 and T6 we obtain the alpha ferrite and austenite. Is it? And at T6 what will happen? The complete formation of alpha ferrite will takes place, and below 723 degrees Celsius we will obtain T6. Means what? The pearlite structure. Pearlite structure means what? Alpha plus cementite. At or below 723 degrees Celsius we will obtain the alpha ferrite and cementite, which is known as a pearlite. Is it? This is for a 0.08% carbon containing steel. Okay, steel containing 0.08% carbon. Is it? In between that, whatever the delta ferrite present in between T2 and T3, it will having a crystalline structure, that is BCC crystalline structure. Whatever the austenite or steel in between T4 and T5, it will having a FCC structure, that is face centered cubical structure. And in between or at T6, whatever the alpha ferrite will obtain, it will be in BCC crystalline structure, that is body center crystalline structure. And whatever the steel at T6, it will shows the ferromagnetic phase, and whatever the steel at T5, that showing the paramagnetic phase, because we know that whatever the steel in between or at 768 degrees Celsius, that steel will showing the magnetic properties, which is known as a ferromagnet, and above 768 degrees Celsius it will loses its magnetic property. That's why it is known as a paramagnetic, and the temperature itself known as a Curie temperature. Okay, so likewise we can explain the occurrence of the different phases in case of the in particular percentage of carbon in steel. Okay, so I think all of you got how we can explain, and all that whatever the explanation I have given over here, we will have to write in point. So point number 1, at T1 the complete steel occurring in case of the liquid. Okay, then point number 2, at T1 the solidification of liquid will start, hence some amount of solid phase, that is delta ferrite is present, and some amount of liquid steel is present. Is it? At T2 point number 3, at T2 the complete formation of delta ferrite will takes place, and hence in between T2 and T3 we will obtain the delta ferrite in solid phase. Is it? Then next point, that is point number 4, at T3 the formation of austenite will start, and it will completed at T4. This is completion of point number 4. Point number 5, at T4 the complete formation of austenite will takes place, and hence in between T4 and T5 we obtain complete phase of austenite. Then point number 6, at T5 the formation of alpha ferrite will start, and in between T5 and T6 we will obtain alpha ferrite and austenite. Point number 7, at T6 the complete formation of alpha ferrite will takes place, is it? And in between we can write down what is the crystalline structure of steel at T6, what is the crystalline structure of alpha austenite. In between T4 and T5, what is the crystalline structure of delta ferrite in between T2 and T3, that we can write in the mid of the points. Means we can write or this answer to the question in 6 to 7 points, is it? Are you getting it everyone, what I want to say? Okay, so this is regarding, and that question asks for 7 to 8 marks, is it? 7 to 8 marks. Okay, and by using this ion carbon equilibrium diagram we can or we can answer to the whatever the different microstructure occurring in case of the ion carbon equilibrium diagram, is it? So this is nothing but the solution to the above question. Next we will have to study the allotropic cooling curve and volume change of pure metal. So in case of that, first we will have to study the pure metal, allotropy of pure metal. Now whatever the diagram shown over here, we will just enlarge it, just okay. Now see here in this diagram or whatever this diagram shown over here, it will be divided in 3 parts. What are the 3 parts that we will see here? We know that from room temperature to 910, we know that here alpha ferrite is present. Okay, alpha ferrite is present. From 910 up to 1400 degrees Celsius, austenite is present. Austenite is present, and in between 1400 to 1539 degrees Celsius, delta ferrite is present. Okay, so from room temperature to 910, from 910 to 1400, and from 1400 to 1539. In that 3 sections we will have to study the allotropy of pure metal. Now we know that whatever the alpha ferrite from room temperature to 910 degrees Celsius shows some different phases. First, whatever the alpha ferrite from room temperature to 910 degrees Celsius, it is showing the BCC structure, that is body centered cubical structure, and which containing 2 atoms per unit cell, that we have already studied. Now the intermediate 2 phases occur in case of alpha ferrite, that is ferromagnetic and paramagnetic. Okay, so from room temperature to 768 degrees Celsius, whatever the alpha ferrite present, that shows the ferromagnetic properties, and from 768 degrees Celsius to 910 degrees Celsius, it shows the paramagnetic properties. Okay, and it is known as a beta ferrite, is it? So what we can say that from room temperature to 768 degrees Celsius, it is ferromagnetic alpha ferrite. From 768 to 910 degrees Celsius, it is paramagnetic. Okay, and from 910 to 1400 degrees Celsius, it is austenite, and austenite which is in FCC structure, which containing 4 atom per unit cell, is it? And one more thing, from 768 to higher temperature, that is 1539 degrees Celsius, whatever the steel in case of the ion carbon equilibrium diagram, which is completely in paramagnetic phase, from 768 to 1539 degrees Celsius. Okay, and from 910 to 1400 degrees Celsius, whatever the austenite which is in abscisic structure which containing 4 atom per unit cell, regarding the stability that we have already studied. Then from 1400 degrees Celsius to 1539 degrees Celsius, whatever the delta Farad is present, which shows the BCC structure, that is body centered cubical structure, and what we can say that which containing 2 atom per unit cell, which containing 2 atom per unit cell. This is the allotropic form of the pure metal. Now in that case, here the double headed arrow are shown, double headed arrow here, here and here. Why it is shown over here double headed arrow on left side arrow as well as the right side arrow? What does it mean? It means that when we heated any steel from room temperature to higher temperature, it will be giving the phases like alpha ferrite, ferromagnetic, then paramagnetic, then austenite which is having abscisic structure, then delta ferrite which is having BCC structure, which phases occur while heating from room temperature to higher temperature, which is showing the forwarded arrow, forward arrow, बरोबर आहे. आणि the other double headed arrow which is showing when we cool that steel from higher temperature, that is 1539 degrees Celsius, to room temperature, that is from 1539 to 1400 degrees Celsius, liquid converted to delta Farad. From 1400 degrees Celsius to 910 degrees Celsius, it shows austenite. From 910 to 768 paramagnetic alpha ferrite. From 768 to room temperature, it shows the ferromagnetic alpha ferrite. Means what? That double arrow represent the reversible, means forward directions, means while heating same phases are occur, and while cooling same phases are occur at a different percentage of carbon and temperature. Is it? So that means the what we can say that that double headed arrow represent the cooling as well as heating from higher temperature to room temperature and from room temperature to higher temperature. This is nothing but the reversible process, forwarded as well as backward process. Is it? So this is nothing but the allotropic form of pure metal. Understood? And one more question is arise here. The most means every time will the examiner will ask for steel containing 0.08% carbon? No, it will just change the percentage of carbon from 0.025 to 2% up to 2% for steel. And suppose the question asks for 0.18%, so in that case we will have to drop the line which is passing through the 0.15% carbon, which is just before the 0.18. From that point we will have to draw the vertical line which is passing or intersecting the different curve, and the point where that vertical line intersect to the different curve, we will have to mark the same point. Suppose it will intersect here, mark T1. Suppose it will intersect here, mark T2. Suppose it will intersect here, mark T3. Suppose here, mark T4. Okay, now it is not compulsory every time we will obtain the T1 to T6. Somewhere it will obtain from T1 to T4, somewhere it will obtain T1 to T5. Okay, so whatever the temperature point occur, by using that we will have to explain the phases occurring in case of the steel from higher temperature to room temperature. Okay, so don't be panic. Suppose the percentage of carbon changes from that 0.08 to other. Okay, so in case of the alloy steel, we will have to explain from 0 to 2%. Means in case of steel, the percentage of carbon may be asked from 0 to 2. In case of the cast iron, the percentage will say that or the question will say that cooling of cast iron containing 2.5% carbon from higher temperature to room temperature, explain the different phases occurring during the cooling. Okay, and the question for steel, it will be explained over here. So this is the today's lecture. If any queries you have, you can ask me in the Google Meet. Thank you.